Well, Israel signed a deal with Italy, Greece and Cyprus to build the world's longest and deepest underwater pipeline from its offshore gas fields to Europe. There are 900 billion cubic meters of proven gas reserves in Israeli waters, with some studies suggesting it may be much higher even than that. Israel plans to spend $6.4 billion over the next 8 years to build the pipeline, which will also collect gas from the Aphrodite field off the coast of Cyprus. Now, once complete, the pipeline will span about 2,000 kilometers and connect to Italy, from where the gas may be sold on to other European countries. The deal was signed in Tel Aviv on Monday. Here's the European Climate and Energy Commissioner.
This is an ambitious project with, as the Commission, we clearly support, as it will have a high value in terms of security of supply and diversification targets.
Well, let's cross to our editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, now, who is in Paris. Craig, I'm just trying to think as a consumer for a moment. If this pipeline does make it all the way across from Israel over to Western Europe, prices could come down. That would be great.
Absolutely. This is called the Leviathan gas field off of the coast of Israel. And boy, do I like this deal. I like this deal a lot, because this deal not only includes the countries you mentioned, there are ancillary deals that look to be signed involving Jordan, Palestine, Turkey, and the rest of the EU. And if one thing binds people together, it's the need for energy. Believe it or not, some people I've spoken to today are actually whispering that this could be a way to bring together the bickering children of Abraham, because what you have here is politics is a concentrated form of economics. And in this deal, if it works, if they can pull it off, and it looks like they will, because they could, they have the three biggest banks, investment banks in the United States behind this deal. It could be a game changer for everyone in the region and in Europe.
Craig, if anything can bring together the bickering peoples, it is money. That's why we call it money talks, after all. But you say it's going to happen, and they're looking, what, at 2025. We do have some people, though, calling it a long shot and using that tried and tested old pun, it's a pipe dream. That's Amit Moore, the chief executive of Echo Energy, an Israeli consulting firm. You know, why do you think there is some speculation or skepticism in the industry?
Politics. You keep seeing in all the reports on this, the naysayers saying this is politically unfeasible. I would argue the opposite. This is very, very feasible. It's if it does work, 2025 is not that far away. And I want to go back to a moment to the banks who are involved in this, because you have J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs involved in this. And let me tell you something, Matthew. These three banks would not express a whit of interest in this deal if they didn't think it had a chance of flying.
Okay. What about the Russians? Are they going to lose out from this competition?
You betcha. You betcha. The Russians aren't going to like this. I'm sure you're going to see some shade thrown by Moscow on this. And remember something, it's more expensive to get gas from Russia into Europe than it is from Israel, because they're doing heavy drilling out in the Arctic, and that's real expensive. You need specialized equipment. This is a sweet deal. Call it the Leviathan deal, and let's keep watching this.
Okay, Craig Copetas, I haven't seen you so enthusiastic talking about gas.